it's your boy Bobby Beast here. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is Drew will avenge Lorenzo. When it comes down to it, we all know Lorenzo was gone. And basically, you got to think to yourself, what's going to come after this? The thing is with Monet, I love and respect Monet, but she acts off emotion a lot. She just immediately reacts. She plans around how she reacts, but she just reacts without thinking sometimes. I think she just be caught up in the vibe and she just makes a decision and that's it. But the thing is, you got to think about what's going to come out of that. See, when she sat there, she knew Lorenzo has been taken out. She sat there and stared at all her kids. And you can tell she was thinking to herself, I wonder how they will respond to this. And not only that, she was thinking to herself that she was satisfied about the fact that Lorenzo was taken out, even though it was a mistake. Now, how are the kids going to respond to this? When it comes down to it, Kane is going to be split down the middle. He is going to, it's hard to say who he's going to side with. Is he going to turn on Monet? I don't think so. Is he going to be there with her? Maybe, maybe not. He's going to be at a place where, he absolutely loves Lorenzo. Him and Lorenzo are good. But when it comes down to it, he also knows that Monet must know about what happened with Lorenzo and Zeke. And then Lorenzo just dies all of a sudden out of nowhere. That's already going to create a situation. And then not only that, we're going to have to go into the fact about how Drew is going to react to that. Drew is going to be the one, I think, that's going to avenge the situation. And basically, I think he's definitely going to respond like that. He would not forgive Monet for doing this. And I already know Diana is not going to forgive Monet. Diana is a daddy's girl. She was very close to Lorenzo. Lorenzo supported her when Monet didn't. Lorenzo gave her the freedom to do things when Monet did not. Lorenzo was the one who gave Diana freedom ever since season 1 to 2, all the way up to 3. He was always in support of whatever she wanted to do that was outside of the business, and Monet and Diana was already beefing with one another because Diana was the one who exposed the fact to Zeke that Monet was actually his mother, and she went on and blamed Diana for Zeke's death at the same time. So, yeah, you already know Diana's not going to be on Monet's side if she ever finds this out, which we all know they will. And then Drew. Now let's get back to Drew. Drew, number one, was set to be the heir of the family. Drew was the one who was set to take over. Lorenzo was training him. And basically, when it comes down to it, there's a lot that's going to happen here, right? They're going to find out that maybe Kane already knew the entire time that Lorenzo was the one who took out Zeke, and that the only reason why Lorenzo was following his orders was because to keep that secret hidden and not cause no beef. But at the end of the day, that's going to make them even angrier with Kane, because of the fact of the matter, he should have told everybody, and the fact that he used that against Lorenzo. And then they're already going to be mad because if they find out Monet was behind it, it's a bad situation. The thing is that right now, Monet is willing to risk a war within their family in order to accomplish Lorenzo being taken out. Because you do know eventually Drew and Kane and all of them are going to find out, especially with Drew literally sleeping with the dude that took Lorenzo out. Something's going to happen. Something's going to slip. And if you guys can really remember, dude is not really good with keeping his stuff together. It slips out. And he seems like the type that if he get emotional enough and him and Drew get angry, he's going to say, I did this, and he's going to reveal Monet was behind it. So when it comes down to it, it's a bad situation all the way around. But I think Drew's going to be the one to avenge him. See, Lorenzo's death is going to set Drew off on a path where he's finally going to become the person that Lorenzo always thought he was going to be. He's going to finally become that person, that leader, that Tejada, that cold and ruthless Drew that we've been seeing for a long time, that has appeared and disappeared, appeared and disappeared. He's always come and gone. The opponent that if him and Tariq ever get into it with each other, this is the most dangerous Tejada out of all of them. And that's not taking nothing away from Kane. That's not taking nothing away from Diana. That's just saying out of all of them, Lorenzo was right. He picked the right one to be the heir in terms of strategic strategy. Not pushing Kane to the side like he's nothing, but sometimes it's like that. And the Godfather, Sonny, was a great leader. They feared him in the streets. He was full of rage. They knew the minute you did something, he was going to respond. But when it comes to Drew will do it, but Drew will take his time about it. And Michael was he was a thinking son. He was very methodical, very strategic. And that's pretty much the fair comparison between Drew and Kane. So when it comes down to it, get ready, because you're about to see the Drew that Lorenzo always saw. And this Drew is going to come out. And whenever the truth comes out, this is going to be bad. This is going to end things. We've been talking about this for years. This will be called the fall of the Tejada family as we know it, potentially leading into a Tejada civil war. But we will see. I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy, Bobby Beast here. I just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down. And one. Hey, it's your boy Bobby B. So I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is Drew will avenge Lorenzo.